Merry Meet and welcome to the daily reading for all signs for today, the 29th of November 2024. This is Ariel Gatoga, and today I am reading with Magic of Tarot by Liz Dean. Let's purify with this verbena by Monotheme. 3 sprays in this big room is more than sufficient. You can find links to these products right in the video description of this video on YouTube. We are streaming live on YouTube and on Twitch. Moderating today on YouTube is the lovely Deline and the lovely I Am Her Eminence. I guess that's moderating today on YouTube are the lovely Deline and the lovely I Am Her Eminence. And moderating on Twitch is the lovely Dre. Thank you so much, moderators. And thank you so much to everybody for joining us today for this daily reading. I hope everybody had a nice day off yesterday. We celebrate Thanksgiving in my family, but if that's not what you celebrate, I hope you had a great one, whatever it was. If you're watching us on YouTube, please make sure you like the video, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell. If you're on Twitch, please make sure you follow us on Twitch. You can watch on Twitch without any ads when you subscribe to us there. I don't read with card reversals, that's why I flip cards right side up. It's not what people are used to, so sometimes they think I'm making a mistake. In this particular case, I'm not making a mistake, but a lot of times I do make mistakes in other things. I appreciate it when people point them out to me. Let's see. If you'd like to give us a donation, you can do that by going to paypal.me/ArielGatoga, paypal.me/ArielGatoga. If you're on YouTube, you could use a super sticker, super chat on the chat thread. And if this doesn't seem like it's applying to you, it's just not meant for you, so disregard the reading and maybe check out the zodiacal readings for your sun sign, rising sign, and or moon sign, which you can find the restreams of, the most recent restreams of, on our website, arielscorner.com. arielscorner.com. Just click on the free online tarot readings link in that main menu. Let's see what's in the cards for everybody today. Starting off with the Knight of Swords, followed by the Ten of Swords, and then the Justice card. Okay, this is a typical day after Thanksgiving spread for the people that were with their families. Okay, so the Ten of Swords is... Well, let's just start off with the Knight of Swords. The Knight of Swords is somebody baiting you, usually, somebody trying to hook you. And Ten of Swords is you taking the bait. And the good news about that is the Ten of Swords is over. It's done. Leave it. You can leave it all in the past, learn your lesson, and move on. And the Justice card is a reminder that no matter what this was, even if it wasn't family, whatever this was, that you got roped into something that wasn't so good, that didn't have the best outcome, not to worry about it, because the divine law of restitution is still available to you. You just have to disengage from the conflict and call upon the divine law of restitution. And usually when I call upon the divine law of restitution, I say it something like this. I call upon the divine law of restitution. Anything that was lost or taken from me is now restored to me with interest. And that can be anything. That can be your integrity. That can be money. That can be health. It can be whatever. And it's just a reminder that the universe is always seeking to balance everything. And so if there's some unbalance that you're experiencing right now, that you have every reason to take heart, because the universe is right there ready to bring that balance back. And you can accelerate that process by being conscious about invoking that divine law of restitution. And you don't have to call it that, whatever you want to call it, but that's my name for it. I like that. I like that particular phrase because to me, it really gets right to the point of it. Let's see. We've got the Three of Cups. We've got the Eight of Swords, and we've got the Tower card. Yikes. Okay. Okay. I like the Tower. I always have. I always will. And the 8 I don't love. The 8 is becoming obsessive about things, not giving up your point of view on certain things, or your way of perceiving things. And you do that long enough, especially if you're calling upon the divine law of restitution. You do that long enough, and some force is going to have to break it apart to give you what you're saying you want, which is the balance and happiness. You can't ask for balance and be unbalanced and not expect something to give, right? So be aware of what you're doing with your mind. The Eight of Swords is all about how the ego loves to get a hold of our conscious mind and get it into thought loops, get it into obsessiveness. I can't stop thinking about, what they said, or I can't stop thinking about what I said, or I can't stop thinking about the regret that I have for saying the wrong thing, whatever it is. Everybody's got their own little flavor of this. And what you want to do is shut down the obsessive thinking, realign completely with your desire for the restitution or the rebalancing to occur, and let it. No matter what seems to be having to be sacrificed in the physical world. Because this divine law of restitution isn't out to get you. It's not out to destroy everything that you love. The only thing that it will destroy is everything that is not good for you. It's like you can't take antibiotics and say, well, I just these bacteria, it's just going to go out and do it, and the same thing goes with this divine law of restitution. It's going to go out, seek out after everything that is standing in the way of your happiness and your sense of equanimity, and destroy them in a good way, in a wonderful way. Just like the darkness gets destroyed when you turn on the light. It's not violent. It might seem violent if you are the darkness, but it's not violent at all. It's just natural. And the divine law of restitution is natural, and it will come in and make everything right. But you have to invite it, and this is the harder part than the inviting. You have to give up your attachment to the problem. You have to give up definitely your need to be right about anything. That can be a challenge for all of us. That's the ego's stronghold, is, but I need to be right. So I'll do all that other stuff, but I'm right about this. It's more of an understanding that you have a choice between being happy and being right. So the choice is yours. But it's not that when you give up being right that you're wrong. It's that you don't care anymore about being right. It's not that because in the objective world, you probably are right with whatever this is. You probably are right. You probably have every reason to have that, whatever your position is. But look what it's doing. It's causing you problems. That's 10 of Swords. So you can stop it in its tracks by saying, I don't need to be right. I don't need to care. All I need to do is shut down the obsessive thinking, give it to the divine law of restitution, sit back, get some popcorn, and watch. Right? Because the ultimate goal, the ultimate thing that is the universe's desire for you is this Three of Cups. And that is harmony and joy and happiness and celebration and fun. And it's like you were starting to have that, and then all of a sudden you got hooked into something. You got hooked into something that you didn't want to be hooked into. And then you couldn't let go of it. And now you can't let go of the thought of it. And the divine law of restitution is sitting there waiting to just take care of it for you. But it's up to you. What do you want to do? And it's how you use your mind. Do I want to shut down this need to be right? Or do I want to just continue with this pain that I'm experiencing? I can't have it both ways. Because the universe is poised and ready to destroy the pain right now. But you have to give up your attachment to it. And people hear that and they say, I'm not attached to it. I don't want this. Well, okay, then what are you thinking about all the time? Are you thinking about it all the time? Are you thinking about how you're right all the time? That's everything is anchored in the mind. So it's what you're doing with your mind, not necessarily what you're doing with your interactions with other people. So if your mind is willing to retreat from whatever it is contemplating in regarding these painful, obsessive kinds of thoughts, if you are willing to be disciplined and just shut that down, and refocus on this restitution, it's instantaneous. That's like the tower is not slow. The tower is not a slow, little by little destruction of things. It's a big, bad, immediate explosion, and it's fabulous. It's just fabulous as long as you're not in the tower when it happens. And how do you make sure you're not in the tower when it happens? By keeping your mind clear. And it's actually, you don't have to worry necessarily about, quote, being in the tower when it happens. I just use that as a symbol, because what tends to happen is if you are in the tower, then the tower continues to stand, and you just get more of the rat-infested thought forms of this tower to contend with. But once you leave the tower, in other words, shut down your mind from it, relinquish your attachment or your investment in it, and desire for it to be gone, then the universe says, okay, clear, we can annihilate it. But the universe is going to wait, because the universe isn't going to annihilate the tower while you're in it. I hope that's an interesting and usable symbolism for you. If not, hopefully you understand what I'm trying to say. So this Knight of Swords is not about the other person. It seems like it, and that's why we've got this going on. It seems like it's the other person for many of you. It's not the other person or the other people. It's all about you being vulnerable to being hooked by people that you want to look at, and not feel bad about yourself. Everybody's like that. What's different about you potentially is that you can be like a 2% person. There's only about 2% of the population, maybe even less, that can look at that and make a new choice and rise above it and actually move beyond it. Most people just stay stuck in it. And so when it's coming up in a reading like this, it's usually because you're one of the few people that can do something about it, or that's willing to do something about it. So that's why it's so important to recognize, if you want to rise above this and move beyond this quickly, which you can, everything's ready for you to do that. You have to be willing to understand that it's not about what's going on outside of you. It's about what you're doing with it, how you're responding to it in your mind, because you have the power to make it disappear. And the only way that you can make it disappear is to shut down the obsessive thinking and reorient toward the restitution, and allow whatever needs to happen to clear it up happen. Okay, so there's a very quick process that you can use through the day to day. It's called the off switch, and you just go to YouTube and search Gatoga off switch. Use that technique on all of this obsessive thinking when it's going on around and around. You can't stop thinking about it. Use it over and over and over again. If you have to use the technique that you learned from that video 1,000 times today, just go ahead and do that. And you might also want to look if you look in the video description of this video on YouTube, there's a link to all my tarot meditations. You may want to listen to the tarot meditation for either or both of the Justice card, which is all about restitution, or the Tower card, which is all about letting go of stuff that's not good for you. So just look up either and or the Justice card and or the Tower card meditation, and those might be good for you as well. But definitely, if you really want to overcome this today, listen to that off switch technique if you don't know it already, and use it. Use it, use it, use it. The technique's no good unless you use it. All right, it's going to be a great day. It's up to you. Thank you so much for spending some time with me, and thank you so very much to the amazing moderators, Delene, I Am Her Eminence, and Dre. And we will see everybody for another daily reading tomorrow. Until then, blessed be.